And we are live. There we go. Ladies
I
and
gave the
gentlemen.
entire intro and he told me we are live. And now he's like 3, 2, 1. I gave the intro and he's like, hold on, just 1 second.
So
It's
here
not
we
late.
are.
You can only consider us late if we come after 9:50.
Hmm.
What's up, everyone?
On time wiser.
Yes, on time wiser.
How is everyone doing? And like always, just let us know how's the audio and video quality.
And we have lots to talk about today, lots and lots of stuff. And if you have just just press like for the sake of it, just trust me, it's going to be a very good live session. Just press like.
Okay, so how is January going on so far, and how do you anticipate February?
February is going to be a crazy month. I think January is just getting started, and this has been like a very good week if you consider in terms of news. Like every Sunday, every Saturday session, we go on and find out news what I have to put in this. But this week, the news came to us, and I was like, so you are gonna have lots of launches in February. It's gonna be 24 plus smartphone launching in February, and
24
then
plus. Nice.
yes, yes.
Almost one smartphone a day.
Day. And then Samsung had a very silent launch of, oh, sorry, Apple had a very silent launch of M2 Pro laptop series and M2 Pro Max, all the M2 series of laptop, and it's very costly. And recently, Samsung has become the number one smartphone selling company in India, and Xiaomi and Realme had the worst loss and slip in
So
ever
what's the
in
order?
India.
What's the order? Samsung, then
So basically, this is quarter four data. So quarter four, as per the quarter four sales, Samsung is number one, Vivo is second, then you have Xiaomi, then you have Realme,
quarter
and
four or quarter three? Shouldn't it be quarter
no,
three?
no, this is quarter four. Quarter four
How do they do it?
2020.
They do it from January to December, or do they
No,
do
no,
it in a
no, no.
fiscal year?
October to December. This is not January data. Now it is January going on. This is previous quarter 2022.
Shouldn't that be quarter three?
Quarter four, October to December. You have
Hmm.
4 quarters in a month.
Hmm. In a year.
In a year, yeah, you have 4 quarters in a year. So
Okay.
quarter, so October to December is fourth quarter.
Did we calculate it from January to December, or we calculate it in a fiscal year from April to March
No, no, no. We calculate January to December.
to December? Okay, makes sense then. Cool. So Samsung is on the top. Then
You have Vivo, and then
hmm,
you have,
Vivo.
yeah, you have Vivo.
Okay, so mostly the offline sales
The offline
going
sales, and then you
and
have Xiaomi,
partnership with the shopkeepers.
shopkeepers, and Vivo also includes uh, Oppo iQOO data.
Oh,
Vivo also
okay.
includes iQOO data. So iQOO doesn't have a separate listing; it comes included in Vivo. And then you have Xiaomi third, and then you have Oppo. Oppo also includes OnePlus.
Is
OnePlus
it?
sales. Yeah, yeah, yeah. OnePlus sales are not listed separately; they are listed along with Oppo.
Oh,
And
nice.
then you have Realme, and then you have others.
Samsung. Then we have
Vivo,
Vivo. Then we have
Xiaomi,
IQ, Xiaomi.
and
Then
then there's Oppo
Oppo.
and
What about
Realme.
Realme? Okay, then we have Realme.
After Oppo, it's Realme.
After Oppo, there is Realme. Hmm.
Yep.
What about Apple? Apple is nowhere. No sales during
They
live.
they list it's in others. Let's
Hmm.
just put it there. They don't list single digit growth in
Single digit growth like Technopova and
that's not listed.
Infinix.
No, no,
Interesting.
no.
Chalo. So what about February? What do we have? What is the share we are looking at? The important launches. We know there are 24 launches, but how many of them are really important?
So the important one, yes, S23 Snapdragon custom chipset is manufactured by Samsung Foundries or not. This is something people are talking about it a lot. I think Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is this chip is a whole different topic. Let us know if you want a dedicated video on chip and semiconductor, because we were thinking on it and we thought it would be a very nice video because we have been researching about it and reading about it for the past 3 months. And since COVID, one thing you would have heard number of time: chip shortage, chip shortage, chip shortage. So
Chip
we'll
shortage.
have like a very good video, yeah, on that. And as per now, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is manufactured by TSMC, but they are saying in for the second half or some part, it has been given to Samsung as well. So not the current inventory, but maybe down the line. And anyways, you won't be able to tell the difference. So yeah, the most banger launch of February is gonna be on first Feb. The date is announced. It's gonna be S23, S23 Plus, S23 Ultra. Yeah,
Hmm.
I said it right.
And what would be the price range? 80 to 1.2.
They're saying it's gonna be bit of price hike. Either they'll keep the same price, or going by the trend that has been going in 2023, there will be a slightly price hike. And
Hmm.
Ultra is the I think they are pricing S23 somewhere around 80,000, and you will have your S23 Plus somewhere around 90s, and you will have the Ultra somewhere around 120, 1.2.
1.2. Which one should we get? Also,
Should
like, honest chat, let us know which one do you want us to buy?
people are already on S23 Ultra.
S23 Ultra. That is something. Okay. What next? What about S22 FE?
there is there are rumors they are actually canceling FE.
Chip shortage.
Not partly chip shortage, but I think the main reason is it is conflicting with the S23 base variant.
Okay. Hey,
So
Team TechWiser, we got inside information. We got an inside information from Maxis
that's
Malaysia that S23 Ultra 220, 220, 256
12 to
is
56.
1.1 lakh in India, and it's 90,000 and it's 80,000. Oh, it's pretty much the same, like similar.
My guess is
The
very
90,
close to
80, 90, and 1.2 or 1.1.
1 lakh.
Nice.
Hmm.
What next? What after Samsung launch?
So after that, on 7th Feb, you will have OnePlus 11, and we actually have the OnePlus 11 over here.
Oh, nice. Tell me one good thing and one not so good thing about it.
I think whatever is the good thing is the bad thing as well. So, first of all, you have Hasselblad. You have
Hmm.
Hasselblad. So Oppo has entered into 3-year more partnership with OnePlus. So you will continue seeing lots of Hasselblad for the next 2 years as well. And actually, if you see, I don't know if I can show you or not, the UI is like really, really smooth. See, I can't, like, it's very good. So far, like, the first impressions have been really good. It all depends on the pricing, I think, because it's yeah. The good thing is ColorOS 13, and the not so good thing is it will come as Oxygen OS in India, but it will be the same ColorOS.
It will come as Oxygen OS in India, but Color OS in China.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So globally, OnePlus sells it in China. It sells it as ColorOS, but
Hmm.
globally it sells it at Oxygen OS, which is again ColorOS.
Hmm. Okay.
So I mean, I don't know. The chat can let me know how. What do you think about the looks of the OnePlus 11? Like, do you like it?
Like me personally,
Ah,
nah, I don't like it. It's a bit too much.
it looks big, is what you mean from that.
It looks a bit tacky.
Tacky.
No, like it looks are subjective. Like someone can like it, some may not. But for me, too many camera modules or maybe a big bumper, if it's not aligned properly, it looks a bit tacky.
What does the chat think about the OnePlus 11? Like, do you think, like, yeah, because of course it's subjective. No, I don't like it either. This is the thing with internet. If you push any like no, it gets heard like no. It's made. It's made. Personally, I think I have used the OnePlus 10 Pro, so I think it doesn't look as bad as the OnePlus 10 Pro. So that's why I feel it looks a bit better than that gassy stove design.
I think your video is stuck, either your or mine. Chat can
Mine
let
is,
us know. I think your video seems stuck. Yep.
huh? Mine is stuck. No.
Okay, then it could be my connection. Maybe. Chat, let us know.
Yeah, module is too big. Module is too big. I feel it doesn't look as bad as OnePlus 10 Pro. And they have
Mhm.
now at the bottom, in the middle, they have written Hasselblad.
Okay. So first up we have Samsung S23. Then we have OnePlus 11. What
No
next?
7. Then you will have somewhere you will have iQOO Neo 7. I think that is 14th Feb. I'm not sure. I think the dates are announced or not announced. I'm not sure about this. But it will be the first iQOO phone that will come with MediaTek chip in India.
Hmm. I think we covered it now. We did a video on
Did
IQ
a video
7.
on it. iQOO Neo 7.
So what is your expectation of IQ 7? Like the price expectation, or where do you think it will land in India?
The one that we tried came from China, so that had Dimensity 9000 plus, which is an slightly new chip. But in India, it should come with Snapdragon. I mean Dimensity 8200.
Hmm.
So I think it should be under 35,000 or 32, 33,000. If that is the price, then I think it's a good deal. But
Hmm. There will be offers and everything. Okay. So what's after IQ 7?
after iQOO Neo 7, you will have Xiaomi 13.
Xiaomi
And I
13. I
think,
think MWC, no? It's gonna be launching
yes,
around
it's going to
MWC.
be launching around in MWC. And then you will have all there's Vivo X90 Pro, X90 Pro Plus by the end of February,
Hmm.
which which is gonna be Vivo's flagship series, and you will see all the that 1 inch sensor is coming in it.
Hmm. I
And then
think.
you will have a Moto E series and a Moto G series under budget.
Okay.
You were asking something.
No, no, I'm just want to ask the honest chat. If you guys are looking to buy any smartphone, or maybe you know someone who is looking forward to buy a smartphone next month, maybe you can also ask us in the comment. So we can like tell you whether you should wait or buy a smartphone right now. And what would be your price requirement or any requirement that you have. Any
Any
new
new Moto
Moto
phone?
phone? Yeah, there are. There are. I think there is one E series which will be priced less than less than 10,000. Uh, so we are not very sure if we will cover that. I think from what we have understand from our audience, they usually prefer or want us to cover smartphones above 15,000 and plus. So just let us know if you guys are interested in a smartphone, in a budget smartphone, and maybe we can do a video on that as well. And I think there will the another one will be G52 or some G series
Some
phone.
G series phone. G52 is already launched. It
G53,
has
I
to.
think. G53 maybe. So
It
some
has to
G
be
series.
something like that, but it will be above. Should slot somewhere in 15 to 20,000 range, maybe.
Mm,
Under 40,000. I think under 40,000, that will be iQOO Neo 7. That is the one I think that should come under 40,000. And then there will be there has to be lots of Infinix phone and lots of Techno phones.
I think I saw an interesting comment. I can't find it. It was related to, yeah, Vivo T1 5G is good. I think moving forward from the next year, at these T series might
There
be,
are rumors.
there
There
are
are
rumors
rumors.
from what we have seen that these T series might be going under some different umbrella. We are not still sure about it and not sure about the rumors, but that's there. And is it a good phone? I think Vivo T1 5G and IQ Z6 5G
5G are the same phone.
are the same phone, but the IQ Z6 is 500 rupees less when it was launched few
And
months
it was
back. Now you can check the pricing again, but they more or
And
less same phone.
and before like buying any Vivo phone online, you should once check the offline price because you get better offers and better discounts offline. Okay. So I have like a very interesting news to talk about, and I want you to react on it. Hold on, I'll just have to share my screen.
Team TW reacts.
Team TW reacts. So I think you're the one who has a Apple tracker. So there are rumors. I
Oh my,
don't know where this excerpt is from. So you
that's
have
so.
an Apple AirTag. So basically, an AirTag is a device which can locate anything. You can use your phone to. You can put the AirTag in a keychain. You can put the AirTag in a.
Before that, am I the only one who read that text, or was it intentional, or am
It's
I the only
intentional.
one? है ना?
It's not. It's still leaks and rumors, but it would be hilarious if they name the device G Spot. Like that would be
अच्छा
the
अच्छा,
most.
this is a none.
I don't know. You should even say that word. We might get demonetized, but
Like, is it an official name or like are they trolling
no.
it?
This is a screenshot of a page. Maybe they uploaded it beforehand or they removed it, but this is like
That's
as legit a leak can get.
interesting. Okay, so Google is reportedly working on a tracking device that competes with Apple AirTag. It is supposed to be called G Spot. For many, this will be only chance to actually okay.
The
The
tracker.
tracker is legit says, "Oh no, you have found my G Spot." Interesting.
So basically, it's gonna be a tracker. They are completely copying Apple on this. You will get a tracker, and you can keep it on your keychain. You can keep it on your wallet, bag, wherever. What all the things that you lose and you want to find it back. Because this joke will go on. Like this joke will definitely go on.
Anywhere,
It
any
will be
place.
very funny when we make a video on it and we try to find it. Actually, it'll be
Uh,
hilarious.
I was
And
controlling myself not to laugh.
and the good thing is the thing with Apple is how AirTags communicate between each other is they can communicate through the iPhone. So if you have lots of iPhone around, an AirTag can pass its location information to the closest iPhone, and then it passes on to different iPhone. So that's how they communicate through. The AirTag doesn't have a GPS or anything. It just uses low Bluetooth communication to transfer information, which possibly your G Google Tracker will also do that. But in the
Array,
case of
it's not
iPhone
even
is
happened full day, na? They could have done it around like if it was 2 months in advance, they would have done it for a April Fool. And usually people have a
it could
reputation
be.
for that. Now,
It could be like they did.
hmm,
Like if anyone hasn't watched the Google Tulip video, you should go watch
Google
the
Photos.
Google Tulip video. Like plants communicating amongst each other. But yeah, this will use the Android's existing Find My device, and all Android phones can communicate amongst each other. And that I think that would be very interesting if you could find device.
Mystery.
Yeah, they could have just named it Google Spot.
Hmm.
Right?
But then people will name. I think this is a troll.
This is a
Yeah,
troll.
but it
Even I
will be
feel
very
it.
interesting to see how it goes. Okay,
But I'm still excited about that track.
should we take some questions?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, this is the one. Brother, I applied for tech writer and social media manager. Have you selected? I am waiting. Okay, so for one, we have a very stringent process of selecting, which usually goes for 4 to 5 different levels. Where we ask you for a test, then we also ask you to come to our office for a machine test, and then there are multiple levels. So maybe you can like ping it again if you might have not notices, but we have a dedicated HR for this who takes care of it. So in case you have been selected, we will definitely get a reply. And for any other people, we are currently hiring for maybe for definitely a tech writer. So if you have an industry experience of 1 or 2 years as a for writing tech resource tech articles, definitely apply. We are also looking for social media manager. So if you have content creation experience for Instagram, you can apply, and just type TechWiser hiring on Google and you will find all the details and the process. Over to you. Do you want to add something here?
Hey man, you
Get,
are the best guys
get,
handling
get,
this.
get the chance to meet and work with Prateek. That
Are this
that is like a
of course, yeah.
if you
I
get
would
hired.
also personally want to work with the community because there are so good people out there. Like I think it gets cliche when I say that, but the current people are very good at what they do. Like,
Hmm.
I see lots of YouTube videos or even the meme or everything that they make. I sometimes envy like the amount of editing and stuff they do is pretty crazy. Like the kind of content you get on the internet, it's pretty crazy sometimes.
Should I buy the M1 base? I think MacBook base at 77,000, or there is another alternative of M2. So you're using M2 and I'm using M1.
I'm using yeah, yeah. It's a battle between me and you, M2 versus M1. So
And it's
it's
a battle between Mac and Mac. See how things have turned out. It's not Mac versus Windows. It's not even worth. Windows are not even worth comparing.
you always try to like the last sentence which you say, it's like you try to push it too far. But yeah, we are working on a video, same exact video, but just to give you the short answer, whatever you get at the cheapest price, you can get it. The
Mhm.
only bottleneck I feel between, I don't think there is much of an upgrade from M2 to M1. The only bottleneck I feel is the RAM. But 16 GB RAM variant is, but yeah, smooth. If you do 1080p editing, if you do a bit of 4K editing, just one layer, two layer, if you do coding, if you do Android Studio, all of that, you'll get your job done. Just check for if the app that you want to work for is available on M1. Like there are
Hmm.
some 3D apps which are not available for M1.
Ajay, but there are rumors. I'm not really sure. I'm not double check, but they're saying Microsoft is planning to invest heavily on ChatGPT, OpenAI,
Yeah,
basically the
yeah, yeah.
parent of
It's
ChatGPT. 10
confirmed.
billion. Have you
29
heard
billion. They're raising at $29 billion valuation, and Microsoft is rumored to invest $10 billion.
10 billion?
Yeah, 10
Damn,
billion. Billion with a B.
that is something.
That is something.
And I think the best part is they will be investing not in terms of money, but in terms of cloud credits or something.
Correct.
That is like which Chat GPT will use, and then they will bill to Microsoft only. So
So
it's a very
Microsoft was a very early investor in OpenAI. OpenAI is the company that runs ChatGPT, DALI 2, and this all runs on GPT-3 model. So they, I think, initially invested $1 billion, and
Hmm.
ChatGPT doesn't run on AWS. So all these website or servers that you see, they run on some cloud servers. So there are two major players: Amazon Web Services and Azure. So ChatGPT already runs on Azure, and they have an app called Microsoft Designer,
Hmm.
which integrates DALI 2, and they are also going to integrate ChatGPT with Bing.
Hmm. So if Bing has inbuilt Chat GPT, do you think would you use it?
Would I use it? I personally was using Microsoft Edge on Windows because I feel Edge is better than Google Chrome. It's essentially Google Chrome, but PDF annotations and some of the features I like on Microsoft Edge. But the results, the search results, and the things that you get from Bing is so disappointing that I don't like to use it.
Cheers, man. Cheers,
Yes,
Siddharth.
man. The other thing is, if even if Bing makes a comeback and it is very good, you can still only keep it on your Windows laptop because Google is present on iPhone, Google is present on Android, and Google is, of course, present on
Hmm.
Windows as well.
What about Honest Chat? If you get an option to use Chat GPT on Edge, would you prefer Edge over Google just because of Chat GPT over Chrome? Chrome versus Edge. I personally use Chrome and Brave browser.
Okay. Okay. And all the extensions that run on Google Chrome run on Microsoft Edge as well. So yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Mrunal. My name is MRINA. It's written there.
Are you offended by that? Like someone spelled your name wrong?
But this is a not really specifically, but the interesting thing it's all it's usually this only this is the most common mistake.
To be
MR.
honest, to be honest, to be honest, your name is confusing too. Like very tricky to pronounce. Yeah, it's true.
Is it? But I really like my name. Like there are very few things that I really like, and my name is one of them.
Who says that? But yeah, even I would agree. I like your name. Your name is pretty unique. First of all, I thought like you are from Maharashtra because usually people there have this name.
I'm from India.
Acha, yeah, that's also nice. People
Chalo,
like it that
next
way.
next question.
Best gaming smartphone, mostly BGMI under 20,000. So the thing is, smartphones this year have been like this year or the past 6 months have been so costly that if you want to play BGMI, there is actually not a good phone to play BGMI under 20,000. So you will have to buy something which comes in discount. So a good option would be, I think, how much is Poco F4?
Oh, nice.
Ah, this is very
Yeah.
expensive.
This is very expensive. Like best podcast mic for 25,000. Even we are looking to upgrade, but for us, like we personally, we will only upgrade when we see a good ROI on this SNL and everything. So, do you have any suggestions? This is a cheaper one. I think there is that world standard is Audio Technica one that everyone is using.
Everyone using the Joe Rogan mic, you can say.
Yeah, Joro, that's like the Blue Yeti of podcast.
There's a Shure SM7B.
Sure. S21 FE at 34,000 or any other, or wait for S22. Isn't S20? Okay, S22 FE.
As far as we know, mostly the FE series is cancelled, at least for this
Hmm.
year.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah. S21 FE at 34,000, yes, yes. If you have light usage, if you don't, I mean, mostly use on Wi-Fi, then S21 FE should work good for you.
When is Pixel 7a coming? Most like Pixel 7a is definitely coming in India. Na? I think they mean
They usually say like the A series is very close to India, that sells very well, so they bring it here. Hopefully, they price it right.
although it's like Google pricing on Flipkart, wait for 3 months for a sale, and then the pricing drops by 20-30%. That has been like the continuous trend.
Continuous trend. So yeah, I think there's one big thing that we wanted to talk about, which is, was it the Apple one? Apple manufacturing in India and Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
or was it the M2 Pro? I think we talked about the M2 Pro.
What was it? These? What was the second one?
The M2 Pro, the M2 series.
The M2 series.
I think we did talk about Samsung and market share, right? Xiaomi and
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think you have lots of opinion on this. So let's go with this.
Which one?
Hold on.
iPhone 14 at 64,000.
Yeah.
Damn. Where are you getting it? Tech War. Apple looks to India, Vietnam as iPhone market supply chain
Maker's
only.
supply chain comes under the spotlight in US China decoupling.
Okay, so in simple words, Apple used to manufacture in China. Now, since the relations are not doing that well between China and US, They're looking for a China alternative, which could be India or Vietnam. Correct?
Correct. So they are trying to move half of the assembly from China to India and Vietnam by 2027.
By 2027.
Yep.
So is it manufacturing or is it assembly? That
It
is
is
what.
actually assembly, which is what they do in China as well. Because their processors get manufactured somewhere else, and Foxconn is the one who assembles everything and does it.
I don't really have an opinion on this. Like, it's too big for me to have an opinion on. I've never studied this or did a research. So, but from a very basic understanding, I think the nation, the best nation, the most developed nation, they do the R&D. After that, the tertiary or the second level of nation, they do the manufacturing and assembly, and the least all the developing, they do farming and agriculture and all of that, like the tertiary activities. So if you want to place yourself better, always go for R&D, research development, learning part of the things. Hmm.
So
So
basically, they are trying to move the entire, what do you call, production of it to India.
that, which is like a tertiary thing, basically manufacturing.
Manufacturing.
So it will offer a lot of jobs, but the jobs will be most likely centric around uh, assembly line, not really R&D, but assembly level line.
Mhm.
है ना?
But which is a very natural course. Like every country, when it has to develop, it has to go from that. Like it has to first assemble it, then it has to manufacture it, and once it gets costly and people get skilled enough, they move on to R&D.
Hmm.
Oh, I think we missed a super chat.
I think I ever did. Otaku senpai. Do you know the meaning of otaku senpai? It's very interesting.
I have no anime. I don't watch anime, and I was gonna say something else. I don't watch anime, and I have very little reference to that.
Okay, so
I'm the
basically,
person. I'm the person who would come online and say Hunter x Hunter.
you, me, and basically a lot of people here could be potentially otaku. So, in Japanese culture or anime culture, basically otaku is like a teenager or a young person who is a lot into pop culture and lot into computers, like geeky computer nerdy kind of a guy.
So what is
That's
senpai then?
otaku. Senpai, I think, means sensei, like guru or something,
I'm a guru.
or maybe the disciple.
Guru.
Uh, okay,
It's a
mentor,
7
mentor.
Pro or wait for S23, S22, 3 Plus. Ultra or Fold is just too big slash heavy. Agreed. I think S23 Plus. You can wait for S23 Plus, but it's not gonna. We are still not sure about it, but you should. I think wait for the Ultra. The Ultra is going to be a very big upgrade this year.
Hmm.
Senpai is
And
a senior.
Senpai is a senior, and otaku is like a nerdy computer guy.
Oh, what was his question?
Yeah. Even I, like, we didn't answer the question, but we discussed the username. Cheers, man.
Jairam, thank you for the super chat. What was your question? Yeah, sorry, if you can just post it. For college, which iPad should I get? I want to start animating and editing. Please reply. Yeah, anything with an M1, like go for an M1. Don't go for the base variant, like iPad 9 Gen, 10 Gen.
Hmm. But then you will
So,
have to spare 30,000 rupees extra, no?
extra, extra.
11,000 for the pencil, and
That's it.
I think the new
Keyboard
trackpad,
issue.
the new keyboard also has what
Folio
thing?
keyboard.
Folio keyboard, na? It also has a trackpad now. The folio keyboard.
That one.
Yeah, this is very tempting. Even I wanted to buy a, but I
An
know like
iPad.
there's no ROI. Like it will cost
iPads
you.
are cool. Like whenever I think of an iPad and a keyboard, I think of someone sitting in a cafe and just working on it. And at the end, he would still be typing emails. But
That's stereotyping. Planning to buy a Sony XB N10 headset for 9,000. Is it worth the price point? I think we might have to Google it.
XBN 910, yeah, man. Sony's naming system is just at this point. And yeah, their XB series is like a bit cut down version of their WH flagship series. I would still recommend, if you can put money, get the XM3 or XM4. But if you can't, like, can't go wrong with it.
Okay, I think let's take few more questions before we wrap it up. It has been a big day. Google good camera smartphone under 20,000. Tricky.
Good camera smartphone. Usually, man, like, to be honest, the things smartphone pricing has been under 20,000. It's very hard to get a good smartphone. What I would say is 22,000 if you can get the Redmi Note 12 Pro. That comes with a 50 megapixel OIS sensor with offers and all. It comes down to 22,000, 21,999. That is a very good camera smartphone. Or Realme 9 Pro Plus from last year, if you can get that.
Oh, Siddharth.
Oh,
Easy, man. I
oh,
think
oh,
this is
oh.
your super fifth super chat.
आज मैं सारा query solve करके जाऊंगा ना. And in the moment I'll make Mrinal rich.
See, if you make Mrinal rich, you make TechWiser rich, which means you make Team TechWiser and you guys rich. Everything goes back to you guys for good
हाँ,
quality
that's
content.
so for true. Whatever we earn goes back to making good videos. So हाँ, वो भी है. Making the content richer.
Hmm.
Have an iPad Pro M1. Not very happy with the restriction. What should I go for travel purposes? M1 MacBook Air or a little extra with M2? यार M2 के साथ ना, as of now what I have seen is ना, the speakers are a bit better, the screen is a bit better, the
Notch, notch,
notch is there, so anyone who looks at it will know you have the latest MacBook
latest one. They can
Hmm.
even confuse it with a Pro.
Pro. Yeah, you can also confuse it with the Pro. It's not if और थोड़ा dongle dongle डाल लोगे तो
Hmm.
if I
I
don't
think
think any
money
of
is
the
not.
features. Yeah,
If money is not an issue and you're getting a good deal on M2, you can go for M2.
M2
Latest is usually mostly better in terms of
better.
performance and
Because when
looks.
you will go for selling it, you also had that 1 year extra
Hmm.
thing. It will
Uh-huh.
be a newer model.
And MacBook has a very good resale value. Even like we are thinking of like thinking of shifting from maybe M1 to M2. Like instead
Could we
of
make a video out of it, like selling laptops and selling MacBook on OLX? Could that be a
but
nice content?
hmm, but how many people will do that? I think
Or
for
some, like,
my
we
like,
tried buying a
to buy a
second-hand laptop.
laptop to use it. I'm gonna buy a laptop. I will use it for 4 years. I don't have an intention. Like smartphone, there's no 2 years of usage cycle, and then you think of buying a new one and want to sell it. With smartphone, I think brands have artificially created this FOMO that
Oh,
after every 2.5 year, you have to buy a new smartphone. You have to get the latest and the greatest one. But that's not the case with laptops as of now, thankfully.
thankfully, क्यों नहीं? Even the product life cycle is very long. Now you will see some brands upgrade their smartphone, like the next iteration will come in only 6 months.
Hmm.
Like you have the 10, then you have 11, just 6 months, and then you have a 12. So by the time you go 2 years later, you will be like your phone is now 4th generation old. With laptop, it happens once a year.
Hmm.
Still, yet once a year. Thoughts on Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus? नहीं यार, if you're paying that much money, get Redmi Note 12 Pro. And just to end all of this, I have a Kalpi tweet to share about M2.
You.
Yes. Just after this tweet, he became my favorite guy. I think Kalpi is internet's favorite guy. So yeah, that's it. This is the one.
M2. Okay.
M1 Max.
Zoom in. Yeah.
M1
Okay.
Max.
M1 Pro, M1 Max, M2 Pro, M2 Max. It is actually true. Like now, the new MacBook lineup is very confusing.
Very
Like
confusing.
I don't know what's going on. There is only M1. I know that I have
Ha.
M1 and then you have M2. I have M1 Air, you have M2 Air. What
Then you
about
have MacBook Pro, and then you also have a MacBook M2 Pro, and then you have a MacBook M2 Max, and they have not also discontinued the previous one. They also sell.
okay? Back again. Siddharth is back again. This is definitely not the last one. My office is nearest to you. Is it okay if I drop by and say hello? Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Why not, man? Would like to have. Huh.
What about iPhone SE 4? Can we expect something better? I think they discontinue the mini series, no?
And then
Not
they brought the Plus series, which in fact didn't sell well. So they stopped the production after a month or 2 months. So the rumors are that it didn't sell well. So,
I think that's about it. Is there any other?
oh, do you want to introduce a gadget?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Basically, I have one. I have an interesting one, and I have the cheapest one. And this is probably the cheapest and the best piece of tech I have seen. Yeah, these are small NFC stickers. You like if you go online, you get it for 200, 300 rupees, but you get a pack of 10 or something. So you can get it for as cheap as 15 rupees. And these
Hmm.
are passive NFC stickers. So passive basically means you don't require any battery source, power, or charging to run them. And they can just store information, and I can just tap on it, and oh, it gets triggered. So just for example, like I have this Bluetooth speaker, and it's a task to pair anything to this Bluetooth speaker. So I just keep this
Nice.
Bluetooth mode. So I keep this NFC sticker beside this thing, and oh, hold on, I just have to enable DND. So I just tap this thing. Just tap this thing.
I can read your to-do list.
Arey, that is the problem. But it's not. It's all there.
Privacy is a myth, my friend.
See, it connected.
Hmm.
So I
Nice.
just need to
Will,
keep it
will
here.
will it work on iPhone? Will it work on latest iPhone? Do they support any?
You have to write a Siri shortcut for that.
अच्छा
It
अच्छा
will.
पता है? Fun fact, I think many people and even you might know, but back in the days, like maybe 8 years, 7 years ago, there was a concept of niche blogging. Like niche blogging. Have you heard of niche blogs? Or anyone in the chat, do they know the niche blogging concept? So when I was getting started and I had no concept of how does a website work, how to
Uh,
run things, so I used to make niche blogs, like one topic, a blog with 7 to 10 to 15 articles. Then you just put it out on the internet. It's usually driven by some affiliate thing, and then it goes. And you people used to make niche blogs a lot. So they make multiple blog. If they are into fitness, they will make a treadmill blog, 15 to 20 articles on treadmill. So I also did one. I also did one of those with nfcmadeeasy.com. So where I had put out
ah,
like 15 NFC articles, and it did really well. But then again, like short term game, nothing in long term. Yeah,
but I
I
think we
know.
often talk about on this internet, like the entire generation which comes on the internet has changed. So now you get like the things which used to be cool 6, 7 years ago or 8 years ago. Now they are
It's back
just
in
coming
trend.
back.
It's like fashion. There's a
It's like
cycle.
fashion.
Mm. Oh, welcome back, Siddharth. Interested to know your daily driver, phone as well as laptop. Okay, so mine is though is like everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it. Mine is
So
currently nothing phone one. I'm using it as my primary device, not changing it. And side by side, it's OnePlus 11, and it actually keeps on changing. And for laptop, I'm working on a video on M2 Air Pro, and not Pro. Why do I keep saying Pro?
M2A.
M2 Air, MacBook Air, MacBook Air M2.
Okay, just to reiterate, mine is very simple. iPhone 13, which I'm using as a webcam as of now, if you guys can see.
He's the unofficial ambassador of Apple ecosystem.
Okay. This is not. Oh, I'm using the MacBook camera. Interesting. It didn't feel like a MacBook camera.
That's what happened in the ecosystem. You don't have a toggle, you don't have anything.
Let me,
So
let me switch to. Let me see if I can switch to iPhone camera. I thought it was an iPhone camera. Interesting, but for a MacBook camera, it's pretty good. Even like the honest chat was saying that. Chalo, so I'm using an iPhone 13, MacBook Air M1, and an Apple Watch 6.
it's not
I,
that.
I, I love the Apple Watch though. Like the best thing is at a MacBook, the best thing ever, followed by Apple Watch and then iPhone.
I thought
I
you'd
didn't
say
think of
iPhone.
that. Could you
Usually
try
people
again?
buy MacBook and then they buy like or they buy an iPhone and the third thing is what they buy is a Apple Watch. But yeah. I think that's pretty much it from our end. We'll see you with some really good news and some really good questions next Saturday at 9 p.m. This is me, Prateek, and my co host Mrinal signing off. See ya pretty soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.